Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Smite. I believe it has been a little over a year at this point since I put out a video on Smite. And I've started playing it again. I've kind of wanted to. There was a major patch with a character called Nemesis that I left on just because the imbalance was super strong. I just couldn't handle it. The matches weren't fun. And I was kind of getting tired of the way Conquest was being run. Conquest being the 3-lane map, the standard MOBA layout, left, right, and center, center being the short lane and a jungle. I honestly preferred Smite so much more in the old days when the jungle wasn't nearly as important, the items were a bit more simplistic. So what I'm going to be doing today is, as you can see, there's only 4 characters each side. I'm going to be playing in a new game mode called Siege. And this one takes out that whole middle lane. And it kind of goes back to the simplicity. The items are still kind of odd. In fact, they've really changed up a lot of the items. But you can still reasonably make builds like before. You can still reasonably look up the items. There's I'll show you the interface for it when you get in here. Alright, not bad. So we've got an Ares, Bakasura, Poseidon, and Thor. So, I already know one item I'll be getting. Anyone that's seen the old games, the old videos, knows that Ares is a god with a massive pull-in. He can pull in a whole bunch of enemies with his ultimate ability. So, one of the first videos I did with Smite was playing Sun Wukong in the jungle. The Jungle Monkey. I remember doing that. It was kind of fun. It was one of my first experiences in the jungle. I was recording it for fun, showing off the game. This is Hun Batz, which is basically what Sun Wukong has become. What they did is they kind of took Sun Wukong, took his kit, and put it into this character, Hun Batz. So Hun Batz is everything that Sun Wukong was, with a few changes to his abilities. And then they made a new god and called him Sun Wukong, and he's one of the bigger, beefier characters who's a warrior. So he's a physical-based god with a little bit of tankiness, a little bit of damage to him, a little bit of control. He's actually very cool. I was a little upset at first that they remade Sun Wukong, but I do like the new one. What annoys me though is this. So I've got the Shaolin monkey skin, as you can see here. The whole point of this skin was that it's based off of the mythos of, well, obviously the mythos of Sun Wukong, but the anime Dragon Ball, which was again based off the mythos of Sun Wukong. The main character, Son Goku, was the personification of Sun Wukong. So let's just buy some general items. I am going to grab a couple of things. Now I'm going to want to get an item that purifies status ailments for that Ares because of his AoE pull-in. You want to make sure you have that because otherwise you get pulled in, you get stunned. But this costume is still on this character. But it doesn't make as much sense. I mean, I like the costume still. But the whole joke about being Sun Wukong and being a joke off of Dragon Ball kind of gets lost because he's no longer Sun Wukong. But at least the costume still exists. But I think that was a missed opportunity. I think it'd be kind of neat if they added another costume like this for Wukong. But, you know, they had to make a decision. When they remade Wukong, and people had already bought the character, they wanted to make sure that the costume was still there for the people that had bought him. So items, I kind of mentioned that things are a little odd here. You can kind of see there's a huge list of items now. And what they've really done is they've started tiering stuff. So items used to be, they built kind of like this. They always had a set path that they went in. Now you've got a starter item that's the same for all 3 of these items, of which they eventually become. And then you've got a tier 2 that's a little less powerful. And now some of these tier 2s, I'm going to let him take a little bit of damage. You can have that if you want. I don't care. Alright, I'll take it. Which way are we going? This way? This is very odd because we're double physical. And... ah, I missed. That was beautiful. That's a great showing of skill right there. I haven't played the game in so long and now I'm missing skill shots. This is going to be very weird. We're double physical, so they're going to build counter to us, I'm pretty sure. Build some defensive items. But some of these, you can see some of the tier 2s will have some additional... We'll get some passive abilities. Most of the tier 2s do not have passives. Alright, let's grab a little bit of potions here.
Your right tower is under attack.
Alright. Apollo's back, so I'm going to go back. So as you can see, this mode consists of 2 lanes. The jungle consists of nothing but buffs. So the jungle for this mode is like the old jungle it used to be, that I really liked. So this mode has been the most fun for me so far, because it allows me to return to form to where you can have assassins fighting in lane without having to go in the jungle. You're not regulated to any one particular type of meta, although certain characters work well together, better than others for this mode. You are down 1 additional person, obviously, so there is a slight difference there. You can't have one of each type. You can't have an assassin, support, warrior, mage all at once. Oh, damn, the damage on that hammer. I'm going to go ahead and heal up. I want to... a bloody hammer.
You have been slain.
Alright, so I wanted to try and push him into my base with my ultimate. So Sun Wukong, we'll take a look at some of the differences. He's mostly the same. He's got his jump, the overhead smash you've seen me use a couple times, and the Sacred Monkey, which is the monkey that you throw when it bounces. It's gone through a few changes. The Sacred Monkey will teleport you to the last enemy it hits, the last character it hits, or it used to. It always did it, so I really hated that change, because I would use that monkey against the line to get it to jump and do damage to the enemy. But the problem is, since it automatically teleported you, it puts you in dangerous situations. Now you can toggle that. You can push the button again to get it. And as you can see here, it's a line. It goes out to 55. There, and you can just hit that, and it goes out, hits. Just kind of juking this Poseidon a little bit. Oh, you can see I did a pretty decent amount of damage there myself. So the good news with this mode, you don't have to worry about ganks near as much as you would in the normal mode, because you're basically protected by fairly moderate-sized lanes and always having an ally with you. You're not going to be alone, say, in the middle and get ganked from one of either side. Now you have to make sure, your allies have to make sure they do call it if something is missing. I'm going to back off a little bit. Oh, off he goes. Yeah, enemy. So Apollo's going to go help the left-hand side. It's kind of hard to say what to talk about because there's so much in this game. If you haven't watched any of the old Smite videos, a lot of this is going to be kind of unfamiliar territory. And I'm not doing in-depth character guides for this one right now because I've been away for too long. I'm actually kind of getting used to the game again. So it's kind of difficult for me to really say anything with any kind of authority. Not that I'm authority on Heroes of the Storm, nor was I authority in this game before when I was making guides. Kind of guides. God damn, that damage.
Your team has destroyed a left enemy. Your siege juggernaut has been destroyed.
Some characters still do way too much damage at times. But I will say this, if you are interested in Smite, you'll kind of like what you're watching, what you see about the game. Because what I really love about Smite is it takes that MOBA style and puts it over the third person, because you have to kind of watch behind your back. You have to keep your eye on the mini-map a little more, because it's very easy to get focused on what's ahead of you and not see what's behind you. With a lot of the other MOBAs, you have like a bird's eye view. It makes it a lot easier to see things coming. It ran into the wall. So this is the new mechanic to this mode. This is the Juggernaut. You get enough points by killing creeps and things like that. It spawns. This is a terrible lane to deal with, because we've got Poseidon, which can cripple you, which stops you from jumping. And then you've got Thor, who can just stun you. And Thor just hits like a truck. I think maybe Thor does a bit too much damage, but yeah, that's just me. So what's happening is they're basically just stunning me and rooting me and keeping me, like there, he stunned me so that Poseidon could use his ultimate on me. Sucks. So you've got the leap here. Hun Batz' leap. I used to use it always, mostly for escapes. It kept me mobile. What I like about this now is that apparently they've added a slow, so I can jump. If I jump on an enemy, I can slow them down and keep them from getting away. So it's actually a fairly offensive ability now, too. And the overhead smash is just a very wide damage area. I haven't gotten beads yet for Ares.
An enemy siege juggernaut has been
But what I was trying to say is, if you're interested in Smite at all, in what you see, I've got a referral code, and I'll put it in the comments section, or not the comment section, sorry, the video description, as I always do. I've always had it there before. Now, I've had this referral link for a while, and it's been great. I've gotten a few rewards from friends that have played, people that have watched the videos and all that. I'm just going to go ahead and get that.
Killing spree. An ally has been slain.
Alright, nice. Slowed him down and killed him. And of course, Wukong's ultimate here is Fear No Evil. He puts down a totem and it causes the enemy to run away from it. Now, if you watch the old Wukong videos or know the old Wukong, what it used to do was put down fireworks that made the enemy run around mindlessly. So sometimes you could get some really good damage off of it. Okay, so he's stunned and now Mez. There's my totem.
enemy ultimate incoming.
So they now run directly away from the totem from wherever you put it down. Whereas it used to be they would kind of meander. And it made it kind of random, because sometimes they would stay in it and take a bunch of damage, and sometimes they wouldn't. So it was neat, but it wasn't reliable. And it was kind of hard to really work into team fights at times. So now, I have no idea what I'm going to buy. This is great. I mean, these items are you look at all the items and it's kind of difficult to decide, what do I want? Thankfully, this popular items list has been really great. It's been really helpful for trying to decide on what to get. I think I'm going to get something situational. I think I'm going to get this wing blade to stop the slows from Poseidon. Yeah. It's kind of difficult to decide. 1, 2, 3. You know what? 1, 2, 3. I want to get cooldown. I want to reduce my cooldown, and I have 3 major items I want to get to. I'm not going to do that. Let's get cooldown. So this is great, but sometimes you have to break from this. Like, I'm going to go for cooldown, so I'm going to go for this Hydra's Lament, which is going to allow me to get reduced cooldown, and whenever I use an ability, it takes my power and enhances my next auto attack. So yeah, items have been shaken up, and they're going to be shaken up again. That's why I'm kind of not going over them in more detail, because there's another patch right now on the Smite PTR, of which they are really changing up a lot of the item synergies and changing some characters as well. So looking forward to a new patch here soon. Hopefully I can get you some interesting gameplay, and of course if you're interested in the game again, you can use the referral link. Alright, he missed. Let's put that down. Oh, you gotta be kidding. So therein is the problem. Poseidon's got that whirlpool. That whirlpool keeps me from doing anything like jumping. Really sucks. So I'm going to grab an active ability because, again, I want to worry about that Ares. Let me remove any crowd control effects. I could use that against Poseidon as well. This is not going to be a great match, I'm pretty sure. I haven't played Hun Batz since I started playing again, so I'm not used to him. So I'm obviously not playing that great, but no one on this team really is. The enemy team is doing well, and here's the downside too. 2 of the enemies are in a team together, which is automatically putting us at a disadvantage. That Thor and Poseidon are working together, they know each other, and so they work well together, and you can see it in the way they're playing. They're putting down crowd control on me and just taking me out. Alright. Of course he puts down the frickin' Kraken. I should have known. I shouldn't have gone after him like that. So, yeah, that was a failed attempt. And that was purely my fault. And I acknowledge that. And I'm going to hit F7. I don't surrender easily. There are ways to come back. It's only 6 to 12 as far as kills are concerned. Although you can see the graph there. We're way behind. We probably won't make it, but I want to try. If we can overcome these two, we could probably do it. I haven't seen much from Ares and Bakasura.
Defend middle lane. Defend right lane. Defend the fire giant.
One thing I got to say about Smite, and this has been especially true since I've come back, because they just did their Smite tournament, which had something called the Odyssey.
Your siege juggernaut has arrived. Your light phoenix is under attack.
Alright, he's getting away. Let's let him go. Aww. Well, that wasn't much of anything, so we're going to play again. And hopefully show off something better. Oh, that's disappointing, really. Not a very good return to form, is it? But I've been kind of rambling, obviously. So, again, it's been kind of hard to think about. I've been thinking about coming back, and I kind of wanted to put a video out there, and I'm like, man, what do I put out? I didn't really want to put out the huge, detailed stuff again. Let's just play again. I don't want to read the comments after the match. Just because there are so many items out there. Like, there are items I don't even touch. Like, let me just go ahead and very quickly go into the character builder. I mean, you can see in the popular items, this is just a sample of it. There are tons of, like, power items, things that I know, and things that, there are things that never get into this popular tab. The bow, for instance, which has been a terrible item for a while. There's a couple bows now, actually. There's Iqval and Odysseus' bow, and neither one is really used. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 characters that they're actually good for, and that may even be the intent. Like, some of these items may actually just be intended for a single character. One thing that has changed is this whole guy here, Quinn's Size. There used to be Quinn's Size and Quinn's Blades, and that was when the Nemesis patch came out, when my last video came out, where assassins were super strong. Maybe most undoubtedly too strong, because Quinn's Size does, as you can see, damage equal to a percentage of the health of the character you're killing. So it's definitely a tank killer, but it can also kill squishies. But this one's obviously better for high health enemies. Well, they had Quinn's Blades, which did the opposite. It did more damage the lower their health was. So assassins would just do a whole bunch of burst damage, and that was their whole thing.
Hun Batz.
And then all of a sudden that percentage would just kick in and bam! You just wipe someone off the floor. Okay, so we're going to try this again. Again, this is Assault. But one thing I keep getting interrupted because things keep coming up and I want to talk about it. Just because I think this is a great game. I really like the fact that you can buy this game for like, I think it's $30? Is it $30? The Ultimate God Pack is like $30. Here's Hun Batz in his normal form, by the way. He's definitely a lot different. And you get all the characters. You can buy this game and have all the characters. The things you don't get are the special skins, like this one here. You don't get voice packs, which I think is a mistake. I really, if you can see here in the lower left, I'm sitting on a bunch of favor and nothing to spend it on. Because the only thing you can really buy are like things like this, which is a... Really, it's his primary skin, but with a different color. And I'm not interested in that. They're doing this chest thing like games like Guild Wars do, where you can buy items through chests. It gives you a random item. Unfortunately, they've added items that you can buy for favor in that chest as well, like those recolors, which annoys me because I spent that money on one of them to try and get something, and ended up getting a recolor that I could have easily have bought with the favor that I'm holding on to. So that really annoyed me. I don't like that decision that they did. There are a lot of things that Hi-Rez is doing with this game that I don't really care for, and that is selling voice packs independently. I really think that's terrible, because I really think you should be able to have the voice of your character, because it makes communication a little easier in a public game, because then you know which character is talking. And it's just part of that character. It really should be part of that character, and they want, like, I think it's $4 for a voice pack. It's $2 to $4. I don't know. It's more money than I really care for. It's really a shame. I really wish they would have offered those for favor, because they have so much that they have for gems right now, these skins. And as I've been repeatedly interrupting myself on this point, I was going to say one of the things I really love about Smite is the skins. This skin right here is fairly old, so it's not as cool as some of the newer ones, but a lot of the newer skins are really cool. And when they did their tournament, they did this Odyssey thing, which had some of the best skins they've come up with. And it was just really amazing. Now, I was going to do cooldown last time. I may not do that again. Is Quinn's size? No, that's not popular on him. But Jotun's is. So, cooldown. Definitely getting cooldown. I don't care if I get power or speed. I really don't care. I guess she's going this. Alright.
Okay.
So the idea here is you usually get 2 physical, 2 magical to balance it out so the enemy can't just focus one type of defensive item. And typically you want to have that split up amongst the lanes too, a physical and a magical in each lane, because, you know, a lane could always build against your synergy. You know, they could easily go and, you know, start taking defensive items, like physical defensive items if you're double physical. Now, when we all start fighting together in a group, that might not help them as much, but it would help them in the lane phase. Of course, you could rotate, so it's not exactly as big of a deal as, say, in Conquest. Okay, we got a 2-man team on the enemy team. There might be... Usually when this happens, there's a 2-man team on your team, but I've seen this... Yeah, I'll take it. I don't care. He's right, though. He's right about that. I've got... My damage is mostly lane clear. There's a big delay on that hit, but it hits hard. Hopefully I'll show a little bit of a better match this time. This is, again, the last match wasn't great. I didn't do so well. But hopefully I'll show you. I'm getting back into the groove of things. I'm also kind of getting back into the groove of playing Smite while commentating. That's been something that hasn't been as easy, because again, just getting back into the game in general. And Hun Batz is definitely interesting to try and play in this mode, because I have to be very mobile, I have to jump in, I have to be very aggressive if I really want to take out some of these squishier characters. Like, oh, look at that, there's Ares jumping in, doing a bunch of damage to that Poseidon. Let's see if I can... Oh, no! Yeah. I tried to jump at him, and his knockback stopped me from... Whoops. No, you don't. I don't have items, though. This is bad. So the downside to this game, the thing I don't like about this game, is that anytime a tower kills a minion, you don't get experience for it. So I just lost a bunch of experience there. Although that's a smart move. I half wonder if... Would it be good if Heroes of the Storm incorporated that? I got you, buddy. Those cats are her ultimate ability. Like, if Heroes of the Storm incorporated something for the towers, I wonder if that would work. Now, as it is, you have to have someone physically in a lane to get the experience. So if you've pushed the lane back to the tower and the enemy's not there to stop it, then they're still losing out on experience. Or if the enemy's not there to absorb the experience, they're losing out. But what if the towers, since the towers have ammo, that's part of the whole synergy of Heroes of the Storm, right? You push back in the towers, towers have ammo, they'll eventually run out, so you can make the towers not attack anymore and just make the enemy defenseless. Whereas this game, the towers are infinite. Alright, good job. Good job, Ares. Ares is hurting up. Get away. We lost Ares, unfortunately. Oh, shush. I'm having a very difficult time because I basically have to use... I have to use the very outer edge of my damage here in order to stop this lane. Now, if I can get the last hit, I don't lose the experience. If the tower gets the last hit, then yes, most definitely. I need help here. I need Ares to come back ASAP. Because I can't stop this. Of course. Oh, no you don't. So, yeah, in this game, as you can see, if you haven't played or haven't seen any of the old videos, you have to level up your abilities. So every time I gain a level, I put a point into one of them and they gain more power. And the idea is usually level one ability first, up to its maximum, so you're doing your maximum potential damage on it. And then level another one. So you like pick one ability and go up. It's not, you can't level it every time. Like right now, I would have a level 5 on my overhand, but it wouldn't let me for this level. I had to pick something else. I do kind of like the simplicity of heroes. That worked. So that's what you do right there, synergies. He pulled him in. I used my ultimate to fear him so he couldn't run. And then we just beat him down. Time to leave.
Okay.
Ooh, Anubis. Cool. So one thing you may see me doing is I'm buying 2 different potions. I'm not buying a mana potion, I'm buying a multi-potion, which is health and mana. Uh-oh. Crap. Couldn't stop that. Now the reason for this, and this is something I saw in the tournament that I didn't think about before, and I kind of kicked myself for not thinking of it, is you can consume them both and you can see they stack. So what's happening is I'm building up life a lot quicker than if I just used a life potion. Now it's more expensive. Go away. Crap. It's behind me and I got a juke.
An enemy has been slain.
Your right tower has been destroyed.
Now it's a bit more expensive, but it makes it so that if you're really low on health and you're about to die, you can potentially get yourself out of that critical damage threshold a lot sooner. Man, I am falling out of favor here. The more and more I lose experience, the farther behind I fall. And as an assassin, I need those levels. Thank you, Giannis.
Your siege juggernaut has been
You
destroyed.
never want to be behind, because then it's harder and harder to kill people. Now, again, this does the very similar thing of where you have individual levels. You don't have group levels. That's only a Heroes of the Storm thing, which is good and bad. You can fall greatly behind. I've been 5 levels behind before, which sucks. Makes me pretty much useless. But the good thing is the rest of my team wasn't, which meant I could try and help out in the background with some support. But my team could still fight. Whereas in Heroes, if your entire team is behind, then you kind of lose out. Like if you're 4 levels behind in Heroes of the Storm, you can't team fight most of the time. It's bad because your entire team is behind. Individually, you are weaker than every other person in the team. So this individual levels thing, while I really like the team-based levels thing, I think they need to do something to prevent some of that. But on the upside,
Enemy has been slain.
okay, see right there, see she's doing a lot of damage to me. So the idea is just pop both of them, and of course I miss. What's wrong with me? No. Back off. She can do a ton of damage to me really quickly. By using both of those potions, I make it so that she can't possibly burst me down as quickly right away. So, alright, Nemesis is slowed down that Bastet.
Enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain.
Oh, come on. Cooldowns, 1 second. And go!
Slain an enemy. Later.
Whew. Cooldowns, I tell you what. And that's with my cooldown reduction. I've got 25% cooldown reduction right now. So this game only really has one map per mode, which is another. That is again why I like Heroes. There's so many different maps, so many objectives. This mirrors that a little bit because you actually do have an objective. You've got this guy here. You kill him, you get one of those siege giants. And those siege giants are great for taking out towers. When you want to push, you push with a siege giant. Not only that, but siege giants have a teleportation device on them so that you can teleport to them immediately.
An enemy siege juggernaut has arrived.
So there they've got an enemy siege juggernaut coming down. Oh man, how do I want to do this? I'm thinking Wingblade. Bastette's really doing damage to me though if I slow her down. Bastet and Kali are very... Bastette's not auto attack damage based, but Kali is, so maybe I'll get Witchblade, get some physical protection. Protect myself a little bit. Witchblade does an aura which slows down attack speed and reduces power. So with an auto attack character like their Kali, I can dramatically reduce her power.
An ally has been slain.
Alright, enemies pushing on the left, so I can't really hold the right now because that tower, they can just teleport to it, and as you can see, they're all there. So what I'm going to do is come behind them, drop this thing, try and disperse them a bit. Oh, got Poseidon.
Enemy has been slain.
Fortunately. Oh good, I knocked her right into the wall. That made her take maximum damage from my ultimate, so she was running into the wall, couldn't get out of the ultimate even though it was making her run away from it directly. Alright, just use as much of my abilities as possible here. There we go. I need to remember this jump has a damage and a slow component. I knew about the damage part. The slow component is new to me. So that means I can jump in, stop the enemy from getting away. You can see, he's pretty quick on his feet. He's got a pretty fast attack, too. Something like Quinn's size would actually work fairly well with him because he's got a fast attack speed. Let's see what his attack is. It is... So this is the way it works. They actually have attack combos, which is one thing I love about this being an action-based game. So you've got a 1.0 and then a 0.75. So that means this attack attacks 75% or 25% quicker, but does 25% less damage. But that means I have a faster attack speed. I've got a 1, a 0.75, and a 1.25. So it's a regular, quick, and then heavy hit. So actually he wouldn't be that great with Quinn's, unless you do something like action canceling, like the first two abilities. The first two abilities and then throw, like the monkey, and then 1-2 again. That could work. But I don't think it makes him a candidate for... I was thinking about Rage, because when I get Deathbringer, Rage usually works with it, but I don't see that as a typical pick, and maybe I won't do it. So we'll do Deathbringer Titan's Bane, maybe, I think, for sure. That gives me some penetration. It gives me some critical strike and enhanced critical damage. I need power. I hit pretty hard with my auto attacks, but my abilities are really where it comes from. When we take a look at this, I've got 295 damage, plus scaling on the item damage here. Now, when I put this out, since it's been so long since I've done a Smite video, if anyone wants me to do anything more in depth, I would gladly try and do so. But again, there's so many items in this game.
An ally has been slain.
Oh god. Where did they die? Against the right tower? Ares is getting ready to die too. Let's go help him. Yeah, I probably won't get to him. Who's fighting him? Bastet? Coming to you, Ares. Shh, there he goes. Oh, it's Kali. Really? No! Oh my goodness. He didn't put the pool under me, so I got out of the Kraken. Haha! Take that. Yeah, take that! That's how awesome I am. No, it's not. Sound attack's interesting because you've got a little bit of time to aim it before it goes off. Oh, Anubis, he does so much damage with that ultimate. I'm trying to keep him back, but it's just not going to happen here. Oh, jeez. People are just diving in. Ah! No, 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 no. That cat is not getting away. Ah, you son of a... No! Don't get hit, don't get hit, don't get hit, don't get hit. Oh my goodness. I will admit to having to look up guides lately. I'm looking up build guides because I have no idea how to build because there's so many items. Now that being said, I still don't really... I'm not entirely convinced by the whole item build thing. There are a few things you can do with it, right? Because you can build, you can counter build. So like, for example, if the enemy has a heavy physical presence, you can build physical defense to try and counter that. And you can sometimes build counter to some items that they may buy. But I just feel like all this power could be wrapped up in the individual gods, because part of the problem happens that you have characters that are supposed to be tanks doing insane amount of damage. Like, I've seen so many tanks out-damage assassins and warriors, and it boggles my mind. And then you've got some characters that have so much control that they can kill you before you can actually retaliate. Not just because of how much damage they do, but because they don't let you fight back. Oh, I should have hit the button to teleport to her. Nice shot.
An ally has been slain.
Crap.
An ally has been slain.
Careful.
An ally has been slain.
Well, time for me to get the hell out of here. No, no, ow. Crap. I'm done.
Deicide.
I wanted to jump through the wall to get away, but he wrapped me before I could. So this is another match that's not going to go well. And they're probably going to auto-surrender, but I'm going to say no. Because we're not doing terrible. Let's look at the graph. They only just recently started to pull ahead. This whole surrender thing, I don't know about that. I kind of wish it existed in Heroes of the Storm at certain times, because there are some matches aren't going to go well, because like if someone leaves, you got a bot, and you know it's not going to go well. Having a surrender would be nice. You can't surrender until 10 minutes, that's good, but people will surrender at the stupidest things. They'll be like, oh, we lost a fight, better surrender, but the game's not even remotely over yet. Like right now, possible, because our Titan is getting killed, and my team is silly enough, running in one at a time. They're one at a time going in there and dying, which is what you don't want to do. Alright. Let's, I really want to stop that effect. I don't want to get slowed or wrap. I think what I need is Magi's Blessing. That gives me a shield that'll absorb one of his wraps. That could possibly work.
Enemy siege juggernaut has arrived. That's too bad.
This game, you can turn around for you can definitely turn around if you fight it right. And kind of, I was talking about the turnaround mechanics in Heroes of the Storm, saying how yeah, it sucks when you've got this entire team underleveled, but you can come back from that, and I've seen it happen. I had a team that we could not win a team fight. We would go in and we would try, and we would get decimated. It wasn't really by levels; we were just getting decimated. I think the enemy team just had really good picks, and what was happening is while we were losing the team fights, we were winning in other ways. Like,
Your siege juggernaut has been destroyed.
Die. Curse you. Curse you, Kali.
World ends.
Oh, Ares is dead. What? He didn't pull in, I guess. Oh. Oh well. I need to be better at Hun Batz, I think. I should probably build him like I build other characters, honestly. Beat stick might not have been too bad. They don't have any healing, so that's not really needed, but it has penetration on it.
Your right Phoenix is under
Problem is, another character I typically play has a faster attack ratio. Oh gods. Oh gods. Wow, wrapped and done. Well, that just shows you an enemy team that works well together. And so that's two very bad matches that ended terribly. And again, I've mentioned before, I've had issues with matchmaking, and I think that's part of it. You can kind of see, I'm a solo queue going against people that are working together. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're better, but they do automatically have that teamwork thing going for them. And as you can see, we really didn't. We really didn't. So, oh well, it's a match. It happened. And it was kind of terrible. And it was a return back to Hun Batz, or Wukong, whatever. I wanted to do that. And what I'll do is probably play as some of the other characters that have come around and kind of show them off a bit. Just kind of show off how badly this went. I mean, I was one of two people that did decently. Like, I died the least out of the entire team. Got tied for kills. I probably didn't do a lot of damage, though. A lot of characters... I noticed when it comes to me, more than anyone on my team other than Ares, which is kind of surprising. He's a tank. This is what I'm talking about. Tanks. These tanks do a ton of damage. Let's see what he built. Like to kind of compare this, right? So protection, right? No power. That's got power on it, but this is kind of standard because it's got cooldown reduction. They're going to be revamping the boots because the boots right now I think are just terribly misaligned. Everybody goes for cooldown reduction as a tank, but it makes sense because, you know, they've got control. Protection, no power, but does have attack speed. Not a big deal. Protection, no power. No power at all. So he has no power built at all, and he has top damage on our team. His abilities just have a natural damage-dealing ability. It's pretty intense, and that's why I think there's still some balancing that needs to happen with this game. I don't know why it's gone this long. I mean, the game is out of beta now, and tanks are still doing obscene amounts of damage. Obscene. Like, I wouldn't mind if going toe-to-toe with a tank that I lost, which is what typically happens. But going toe-to-toe to tank, I would expect to lose because it was a long, drawn-out fight and I couldn't damage them. And I've had some of those. Some tanks are not super damagey. Some of them are where they need to be. Ares is more of a damage tank, though. I don't think he's as tanky as some of the other tanks, but he can still take a beating. But losing to a tank like him, you lose because he just out-damages you flat out. It's not that he can just take your hits, it's the fact that he's doing more damage per hit than you. So you're just sitting there, and he will burst you down faster than you can burst other. It's one of those. It's just how it works. It's a little odd. It's not perfect, but, you know, there is still some balancing that goes on that works. But there you go. This is my return to Smite for the channel. And I'll be doing a couple other matches. I'll probably be doing more Siege. I really like Siege compared to Conquest. The matches tend to be a little shorter. I just don't care for the whole meta thing. And part of the problem, too, is that the bad attitudes in Conquest have gotten worse, really. I mean, I kind of hate to say that for a game that I'm advertising in a way. I mean, I'm not being paid to do this, obviously. This is something I do because I do it for fun. But I am offering a code at the bottom for referrals for people to try. And I kind of want people to try it because it's free. And you could pay like $30 to unlock everything that's functional in the game, all the characters. Like, I'll go ahead and go here. Like, for $30, you buy every single character. You don't buy the voice packs and the skins, but that's it. Now, I meant to mention it. I think I forgot to mention it. I meant to. But the referrals, I want to show how they're a little bit different now. It used to be when you referred people, I got a benefit. The person that I referred, I think, got a minor benefit, but nothing major. Now they've changed it around so there's a benefit for both people. Obviously, there's these. You get a benefit for how many people you refer. So I got an exclusive skin for referring 3 people. I got gems for referring up to 10. Only when they reach level 15, of course. But I can track the progress of people that are who have been referred. And so, like, looking at Archer here, who's a guy you may recognize on the channel, who's been on the channel a couple times, you can see with every time he hit a milestone, he got something, and I got something. So we both get these rewards. At level 10, he gets 500 favor, I get 500 favor. And that's the currency you use to buy something in the game. At 15, he got 1,000. At 20, he gets it. So if you use my referral link, you know, you might, and that would be before I would tell you could use the link or not. You don't have to. It doesn't matter. I appreciated everyone that did because I got a few amount of gems when I hit certain milestones. But at this point, as you can see, I've hit all the milestones. Not a big deal. But now you would get something for using the referral link. So if you want to try Smite, get it. You would get a bunch of favor here to help you purchase gods if you didn't want to buy the god pack. Honestly, I think the god pack is worth it, but only if it's something you think you're going to play. But if you want to take this game up and play it for a little bit, give it a try, unlock a few gods, never buy it, then that's fine. You can do that too, and this gives you a little bit of head start. Now, you can also play with your friends or your referrals, and you have to play with a certain amount of hours and you get some benefits. Here, at 1 hour, you get a booster pack, which I think these are kind of useless, honestly. I guess if you haven't unlocked all the gods, it's not. But really what it is a small boost to favor generation, as well as experience for the gods and experience for your account. I already have a maximum level account. I got this time from buying stuff from the chests in the Odyssey for skins and things like that. I didn't want them. I just got them as naturally as part of it. I have nothing I need it for. But you get boosters, and then you get some favor, and then you can actually get some gems. And gems is the real money currency. You can't get those any other way other than giveaways. They have giveaways sometimes, but the gems are mostly done with real money. So, you know, if you use the referral link, and I have no problem playing with people, just keep in mind the ranking could really screw you up as far as the type of people you're playing against. So you probably don't want to play with me immediately. But I wouldn't mind because, as you can see, you get the benefit from doing it for both of us. It's just you have to do it over a long time. But, you know, not a big thing. That's the thing. I haven't honestly played with most people. A lot of people haven't. I haven't even seen them on, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's the thing. You get something out of it, which is good. That's what I like. I would gladly give you a referral because it gives you something out of it. I'm already level 30, so you will always get the rewards if you use the link. So there you go. That's a Smite. I apologize that the matches were terrible, and mostly terrible because I was terrible, because I'm not a great Hun Batz. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. You have yourselves a wonderful day.